Today's topic, like what I said, for beginners is for FTP. Yesterday we configured a web DNS and a web server. So we have this one also that we have to configure, which is the FTP. How we can transfer file from the server to the client machine of Teresa, okay? Or how Teresa can copy something from the server from this place into her machine. So much not waste time, I think we have to start configuring then any other thing. Then we will configure another server also, as we call a mail server. How the users can send mail across themselves, okay? So what we are going to try our best to do right now to transfer file. And file transfer is one of the, I can say that is an old system, but the protocol that backs the transfer of file is Telnet. Telnet. But Telnet, we normally configure Telnet and to open a file through command prompt. But after Telnet, another one also came, which is another protocol. We call it SSH. Okay, secure shell. So secure shell is also more than what SSH. Why? Because the security aspect of it is much more. It's much more secure than Telnet. So I'll be showing you the SSH. I'll be showing you the Telnet. Okay. But right now, what we are going to do, we are going to configure FTP. But before we will configure the FTP, at least we must also make sure that a user can only transfer file when that user is inside a machine as a UPN account. If you are not part of the company's users, you can't transfer file unless maybe outside. Is that not it? So Teresa is here, but we will create a file, also an account called Teresa inside FTP server. So we are going to, let's double click on Teresa and see something. Let's double click on Teresa and see something. Go to desktop. Then you'll see that they have here text editor. They have here text what? Editor. Click on the text editor. Click on the text editor. Then after that, it's a file. You have to type something. So type anything, please. This is Teresa. Your faithful servant. Please, may I request for your assistance. So he said, thank you very much for your kindness. After typing this one, then it means that you have to go to file, okay? Go to file, then choose save. The words over here, it can be any other letter format or any other document that you are typing, okay? Yes. Click file and go to save. Then type the file name. There is that. There is that. Then you click OK. Now let's close it. Go to command prompt. Then type dir. Can you see Teresa here? Can you see it? Which means it's inside a drive C and it's a file. Okay. We are now going to configure the FTP inside this one. And we will also create a file there. Then Teresa can copy that file. Then we will also stand on the server and copy the file that the Teresa has created. Okay. So let's go to the server. Then straight to desktop. You know, the desktop, we don't know whether we haven't configured the IP address of it. So maybe you have. So let me configure my IP address. Let me configure my IP address, which is going to be 192.168.14.203. 192.168.14.1. I'm just putting the 14.1 because of, let me check the routers was FA0/1. So it means that is 2. So I have to change this one 14.2 because of the router's IP address here. Okay. If you don't type exact router's IP address, it means the router cannot route the internal IP to the internet. So make sure I type the 2. Then the DNS IP address follows and is there. The DNS is what 201. That is this one. Okay, is this particular one. So 192.168.14.201. So we are done with the FTP server. We are done with the FTP server. Let me just make it big small so that those that their eyes are not all that they can't see well, because some people are suffering. That is why they move from the back. Now they are front. So let's configure the others also as well. Okay, the DNS. Let's configure the DNS. Go to the DNS, configure the IP address. So 192.168. So that one also .14.201. Okay. 192.168.14.2. The DNS itself, so I have to provide 192.168.14.201. I hope what I'm teaching you, the same thing you go and meet on the field. The same thing. Those that I taught them, some wish they should. they will have time to come and also advise you to learn. You have to learn hard. 192.168.14.202. That is for the website, the web server. 192.168.14.2, 192.168.14.201. You know, tomorrow will be a test, the same thing, but it's different format altogether. Tomorrow is Friday. So by the time you come like this, we start. If you come late, we start. But tomorrow I'll come early. So pray that I will come early. Okay, so all of us, we are set. A time will come that I will be calling you on the hot seat here. I will set the thing. I will sit there. Then you have to configure. Okay. That is what sometimes I normally do. Now we are going to configure the FTP. I said you should configure the domain name as big firm. Sam went and configure it IPMC. Have you solved it? So far the assignment I gave, only 3 have passed. You said, I've already checked. Let's go on. Click inside the FTP. Yeah, click inside the FTP. Go to services. Go to services. You will see FTP here. Can you see? See FTP here. The FTP is on. You know, on our main server 2000 and any other server, but we configured server 2019, is that not it? And 2016. Inside the server, we have what we call file transfer protocol, but file and print services is there. So there is a server that you can make that server as file server, which is all documents supposed to be what? Transferred. And in the server configuration, we did what we call folder redirection. You remember folder reward direction. And we also make sure that users, when they log in inside their client machine, when they are saving their files not supposed to be saved on their machine, but rather on the server. We did that. Oh, we were taught, you and I. So this one, if somebody can have access on a particular file, what are you trying to let a person do? One, we have right. Will the person have right to have access to the file? Will the person read? Can the person delete the file? Can the person rename? And can the person list? List means to sort or arrange. But there is a user authentication. If you are my friend and I'm sharing a file to you, I will make sure that you can have access. Or we are in an organizational unit, in a group, and we are working with a project, and you are my friend that we are working together. And I have something that I have to input. I'll make sure that what is your opinion too. So I will click on the right. Oh, this user can have right to edit the file. Oh, this user cannot have right to edit the file, but rather this user can read. You remember? Let me show you something. All of us, we are going to do it right now. We are going to create a file. And after creating a file, okay, let's create a user first. Then after creating the user, we will create what? A file, a folder. And after creating the folder, we will create a file inside that what? Folder. Then we will put some restrictions on it. Okay. Yesterday online, I was teaching them about the MD5 message digest in a form of cryptography signature signs. They call it um, uh, secure algorithms. SHA 256 or 512. So yesterday when I talked to them, they said, so all this thing is a file algorithm code. If somebody gets hold of that file, the person will open the file. But you can encrypt. But you know how to do encryptions, file encryptions, so that somebody cannot have access to what? The file. Eh? And we the instructors also, we taught you certificate. Hey, remember? Ah, you must. You now press on Windows R. Type CMD. Type CD. Is it front slash or backslash? Front slash, eh? Okay, enter. Type dir. We're going to create a folder, then we create a file. So type md ipmc, enter. Now we want to see whether the folder that we just created is there. So type dir space /p. We are telling, because I have a lot of things on my machine, a lot. So I want to tell the system that this is a command. I want to tell the system that whenever you see a screen filled, if the screen is full, pause it so that I'll read and see my folder. Enter. So my document is not here. You see, my document is not here. Okay, my document is not here. It's telling me that press any key to continue because of the /p I put there. I'll press again. Can you see IPMC? That is it. IPMC. Do you have it? Eh? And IPMC was created what? It said the 30th, 25th, 1st January. At least 7 what? So every file must have, or folder must have what? Time back to it. And it's very good. Fine. Type CD again, then IPMC. We want to enter inside the folder. So we are inside the folder now. We are inside the folder. We are going to create what? File. File, okay? So type copy com. Then the file name is going to be letter. Copy space com. The file name is going to be a letter. Some are suffering, so let me expand my font small. But it went far, power, 30 power. Is it okay? Oh, some people are suffering. Okay, so I love you guys. That's all. Are we finished? Press F6. Sorry, enter. Then press F6. 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 Press F6. When you press F6, it tells you that the file has been saved. Okay. F6. You can, if you can see F6, put on your WhatsApp or your Bluetooth. I'll send it to you. Can you see? The front here, the display so is you can, if you can see, you can come and sit here, or you can sit at the corner here. You understand? Please, when you finish, make sure that you arrange the things for me. Sometimes when you finish, then you press Windows plus E. Double click on Drive C. Then look for IPMC. Do you have IPMC? Do you have it? Inside drive C is there. That is it. If you look on mine is there. Look, check yours. Double click on IPMC. You see that the letter is there. Do you have the letter there? Double click on the letter. You can open it with Notepad or any other application software. Okay, if only the extension, you want to change the extensions. But I'm opening it with what? Notepad. So you see, we did this one in the command prompt. Is that not it? But we can now, you said, I said you right click on the file like this, go to properties, then go to advanced, then you see encrypt content to secure data. Click OK. Then when you apply, it will ask you another pop-up box will come, window. Then it will ask you encrypt the content with a subfolders. Just check that one, then click OK. You will see a key on it. Encrypt the file and its parent world folder. I hope it's clear. So can you see the padlock on it? It means you have what? Encrypt the file. So in a packet tracer, we, 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 we just want to create a file. The file that we just create, okay? Now, right click on the letter again. Go to properties. Because of the read and the write and the delete over there, that is why we are doing this, for you to get it, okay? Go to security. Are you there? Go to advanced. It will pop up like this. Then click on add. You see the full control modify, read, execute, read and write, special permission. You seen it. How many of you have what is showing on the screen? Only few. Then it means the rest are not doing it. Okay, I'm recording it though. Are you done? Have you seen it? But look, oh, it's very faint. Do you know the reason why it's faint? Eh? How many users you have on your laptop? How many users? You have two. All of us, we have two. Okay. Click on select a principal. Click on select a principal. Click on object type. Uncheck groups, built-in, others, and leave only users. Click OK. Go to advanced and click on find now. You see the users are here. I have a user called Perry. I don't know, that is why I asked you how many users you have on your machine. Are you following it? So I just create a folder called IPMC and I put a file inside the folder call letter. And that file, I want to share that file to what? Perry. But there are some authentication restrictions I have to put on it. Whether Perry can write, can read, can delete. That is what I just showed you to you inside FTP, as you can see, right? But we've not created the users yet. Okay? Okay. So click on the other name, then click OK, then you click OK again. Now, have you seen that it becomes what? Active. Have you seen it becomes active now? So if I said this user, if I look, if I said I click on, I uncheck read and write, which means that the user it can only read, but it cannot tamper with. What about is your colleague? If it's your colleague, at least you are working together. So let me give him full control. Full control, then it means that it will one modify. Modification, it means that it can edit. Are you following it? It can also read and execute, change certain things. He can also what? Write. So when you check this one, it tells you that the file that we just create, these are the permissions we are putting it on the file. So when I click OK, you see that I have Perry here, have access full. Then I will click apply, then click OK. If Perry logs inside the machine and you want to access that file, it means that Perry can have access purposely based on the permission that I've given what him. Are we still on what? Security? Yes, we are still on security. Okay, so just click OK. We are done, but not yet done, because when you right click and you click on properties again, we have sharing aspect of it, but we won't share. Why? Because we have to share a folder. Share a folder and its content. So this one, I'm going fast because you know it. So the sharing, you see. So if I share the folder, definitely I must make sure that the user can have what? Access to that what? Folder. Okay. Yes. Let's go back to our work. Have you gotten it? We are not dealing with user restrictions and permission. Now that one is also different. Inside the username, have you seen the username? The username here. You see, in Cisco, we are now on what? FTP server. And we click on services, go to FTP, the username. So you have to create a username inside. So now you can start, okay? Yeah. Shall we go on? Fine. So the username is going to be what? Teresa. And the password, type your own password. Type your own password. Have you seen, your name is what? Kobe. Kobe is warning you. If you don't want trouble, just copy my password. Eh? So Teresa can write, you check. Teresa can read, you check. Teresa can delete, you check. Rename and list. Then after you finish, you click add over here. So Teresa is part of the FTP file server what? User is name. Okay. Now she is part of the FTP server. Let's create another user. Kwame. Kwame will be using, I'm putting the password as what? AS. That is for Kwame. Kwame can read, Kwame can list. So it means that Kwame cannot write, neither rename or delete. Then I'll add. But whilst we are doing all these things, I want you to check the permission. Under the permission, you see that we have the R, W, D, N, L. You see, permission is very simple. So that is the permission, restrictions. When you are done, when you are done with this one, you just have to what? Close. Let's close. Close it. Let's go to the yellow side. That Teresa can click the FTP server. It can ping. Okay, so let's go to Teresa and see whether Teresa can ping the FTP what? Server. So ping 192.168.14.203. Oh, yeah, 203. Okay, let me check it very well. This one, did we configure RIP on it? We did. The RIP, we did only the top, or we did here? We did all. We did all. Okay. Let me ping once again. It means that I didn't do mine. So let me just quickly do mine, okay? For the sake of those that, but I did RIP here. So I'm doing the RIP on the machine. That is on the routers. If you don't really get it, there is another video that I've already done about the RIP. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so now we finished with the RIP. Now, Teresa can ping the FTP what server. I hope you have yours like that. You can ping the FTP server. You can ping the web server. You can ping the DNS server. Let's continue. Now, Teresa want to enter inside the FTP server. Are you listening? Teresa want to enter inside the FTP server. Today I'll close early by 8:10. Let me look. I'll close it. Okay. Because 8 to 10, I want to teach them something length, small. Um, type FTP space. We are now going, we want to copy a file from the server. You understand? We want to copy a file from the server. So now you have to type FTP, then type the FTP server IP address 192.168.14.203. Is that not it? Uh, yes. Enter. Have you seen the moment you enter, it said username? You remember inside the FTP server, there is a user called Teresa. So type Teresa. Then it said username okay, need what? Password. You remember the password? Now type the password. Don't ask me about the password. Now we are inside the FTP server. We are inside. I want you to type help. 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 And you are typing what? Help. Hey, I said help. 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 Not help. Please there. Don't add L. You understand now? Now, what is inside the FTP server? Type dir and enter. These are all files. You see? You see this one? These are all files. These are all what? Files. You see it? Eh? But whenever it comes to the real transfer of creating a file server, but we are doing something small in the Cisco like that, okay? When you type dir, what you are seeing are files inside the server. Let's go and check those files. Let's draw this one here. Let's go down. Let's come to the FTP server. This one. This one. Click on it. Double click on it or click on it. Go to services. Hey, am I going fast? Uh, okay, let me close it and we'll do it again. You see the FTP server. Uh, click on it. Have you clicked? Okay, then I'll click mine. Now, can you see FTP server on your left side? Click. Are you done? So I will click mine. These are the files you saw. All these files are inside the server. Are you following it? All these files. And we'll be copying the 33 one. Or okay, we'll be copying this one. You see, ASA 842-K8.bin. Okay, we want to copy this. We want to copy this. This one. We want to copy this one. Fine. If, let's say, for instance, if you go to desktop, let me show you something. Go to desktop. On the server, go to desktop. Go to edit, text editor. Then you type copy me. Simple. You just type copy. It's like a full file, but we are just typing this one to make it. Then save. You save as BF, only BF. You save it as BF. Then you click OK. You click OK. Let's close it. Go to services again. Go to services. Let me go to services. A, B, C, D. Okay. Let's go to Teresa's PC. Now click on Teresa's PC. Type dir. Again. You see the file I was talking about? Eh? We want to copy this file. Are you following it? But if you want to copy this file, we will use what we call get. Because when you type the help, you type the help again, help, type the help again. You see that you want to get an information. If you see put, which means that you want to input an information to the server, okay? So the get over here, it means that you want to get an information from what? The server. So where we have the FTP, you type what? Get space, 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 space. Because of, we don't want to go up, let's highlight this one. Let's highlight this one like this. Highlight this one out to this side, to the bin. Okay? Highlight up to the bin. Are you done highlighting? All of you? Are you done highlighting? I want all of us to, are you done? You are far. Right click on it, copy. Right click on it and copy. Then click inside where you have the get like this. Because you remember, I said press space. So space is waiting for us. Okay? Right click on over there and paste like this. Jonathan, have you got it? Enter. It's a file transfer in progress. For you to see, check. You see that the line is blinking. Check. You check. The line is blinking and it's directing the line. It's copying straight away from the file. You check. The file server. You see? You seen it? If you want to see it, let's put it in the stimulation form. Okay? Yeah, stimulation, this side. Okay, look here. You click on this one. If you want to see it, you click on the simulation, then you click play. You just click on the play button. You see? Can you see that it's going? You see that the packet ICMP is going, the file. You see? So it's going straight to Teresa. Uh, so it's going straight to Teresa's what? Basic. It's clear. You can see. Eh? When it's done copying, you will see that it will stop. So